tripped. Hey, you. Welcome back to my channel. Why? Okay, I've probably filmed this like 50 times, and every time I do it, I become more and more annoying and clickbaity and more YouTube. This is not the transformation I wanted in 2021. I'll tell you what. Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today we're going to be checking out the original pickups of my Fender Modern Player Marauder. I'm going to be reinstalling them into the guitar, replacing that Supro gold foil humbucking pickup that sounds all dark and weird, and the Seymour Duncan design Jazzmaster pickup that was in the neck from my Jazzmaster. They sound extremely good. There's a huge variety of tones, just like I remembered. That neck pickup is glassy, clear, and bright. The bridge humbucker is dark and brooding, I guess is a good word. The position 4 is extremely stratty and it sounds incredible. Positions 3 and 2 are bright, chimey, and great for lead and rhythm work. I used this guitar on a recording session with this one guy, and I also used it at church, and I found position 2 to be the position to use for a lot of praise and worship stuff. It just sounds really fantastic. Now, these guitars are available on the used market. Mine, the neck date says 2011 on it, but they are getting rarer and people are asking a lot of money for them. I've seen eBay prices and reverb prices. Currently, the ones available, there's nothing available for under $500, and most of them are sitting around the $800 to $1,000 mark. This guitar originally retailed for $400. My parents and my grandma got it for me as a birthday present in somewhere around 2012 for the price of $350. So the prices on these are going up due to their rarity factor, I think. You'll see why mine isn't worth this much, because I did some routing of the bridge pickup hole to fit the Supro pickup, which is not pretty. The guitar sounds great now. I don't know what I will do to it next. Probably upgrade the vibrato, but maybe before that, take the finish off the neck or take the gloss off the neck and make it all satin. I think that's a worthy upgrade for this guitar since I'm going to keep it. Maybe upgrade the vibrato system and then maybe, I don't know, throw some Lambertone cremas in here, perhaps. That might be a future upgrade. But for now, I think I really enjoy the versatility and the quality of the sounds that are in this guitar. And if it weren't for the frets being pretty worn, I think I could see this guitar becoming my #1 guitar once again. Anyways, I hope you enjoy this video of me putting the original pickups back in this guitar, and then also demoing the guitar afterwards. Please consider joining my Patreon in the links down below. At the very least, liking this video and hitting the subscribe button. It'll help me out. It'll help bring more content to you. That's all I have for now, so I will talk to you later, and thank you so much for watching this video. On the bench, we can see we got the Fender Modern Player Marauder, and it looks absolutely stunning as always. This was my first electric guitar, and underneath this cover, this well-worn cover, I might add, we have a Duncan designed Jazzmaster pickup out of my Squier Vintage Modified Jazzmaster, and then we also have this Supro humbucker that I just bought online because I wanted to try something else in the bridge. Stock pots and jack. We're going to be putting the just a 5-way switch back in here. I had this installed because the first one broke. So then I have some tone caps if I decide I want to get rid of the stock one, but I don't think I will. So without further ado, let's get going. So hard to grab. So here we have the Duncan Design Jazzmaster pickup with a hell of a lot of foam that was already here, and it looks like past me was pretty stupid. Glued this foam on here, so now I'm going to need to cut it off. Somehow I wedged this pickup in here when it shouldn't have. Oh, here we get to see some true horrors. So, story time. When I got this pickup, now it doesn't look like it, but these pickups are supposed to be both humbucker sized. The problem is that you can see the corners on this guy fill out the entire pickup ring pretty fully, whereas on the Triplebucker there's quite a bit of room to spare widthwise. So it's a bit, you can see it's a bit narrower widthwise. So that means the cavity here wasn't drilled out as much. So this is going to drastically affect the resale value of this guitar, because these things are going for like $700, $800, $900 on eBay and Reverb right now, and I put a bunch of tiny little holes in here a few years ago very foolishly. This was not a good idea, and it barely worked, and plus I had to like shove the pickup down in there. It just was not a good solution. That's sad. I don't know what happened there. God, what is this? Oh my. Don't do this, kids. This is some awful wiring that I did. Because now I'm going to have to cut this. Of course, there's plenty of wire to spare, but that is a big fat mess. Stock pickups are out, so now we need to prepare this guy for installation into the guitar again. I have my cloth enamel wire, and it looks like I'll have plenty of reach, so I'm just going to go ahead and get rid of this, because this is just flimsy and bad in a lot of ways. So, now one thing I do like about Jaguars, Mustangs, and the Marauder is that they have this metal plate here where all the other controls are mounted on that you can easily remove. So I think what I'm going to do is change this wire here is also going to be cloth enamel, and I'll remove this guy, which is a combination of the ground and the hot. So I need to somehow get that out of there. Really wish people did do mega grounds on stuff. This is awful. I hate it when they make like these humongous mounds of solder on the guitar, and then like ordinary soldering irons struggle to remove it. Oh, there we go. Great, it's connected to another one. That's just what I wanted to see. Okay, so this is coming from the vibrato thing. Get this out. Okay, that's in there good. Also got to get this poor soul on there. So much. It's so hot. See, normal like joints are really easy, but as soon as I have to do a ground joint, it all goes to hell. I'm gonna cut this and strip it because it's frankly a mess. Alright, so now I'm attaching the output jack, connecting the output jack with a higher quality. That is not long enough. No, it'll work. Now that all of that is in place, we can put this guy back in here. We have our wires coming out. This coil up here, the brown and the blue wire, is the single coil that's the middle pickup. We can treat it as such. And then these back two coils are wired together in a humbucker in series. So you can see the black and the white wires, which is the end of this coil and this coil respectively, are wired together. So green is our ground and red is our hot. So the signal goes through this coil to ground. That means that brown is our middle pickup here, and red is our bridge humbucker, and ground is green, blue, and shielding. I don't really want to wire all of these together because if I have to remove it, it could be a pain, but then again, they're all ground, so I just don't want to keep shortening this wire before I run out of room completely. Yeah, I think I might just grab some more wire, solder some extra wires onto here, and then, because I have more of this enamel stuff, so I could just grab a bunch of these, cut this into 3 equal parts, and call it a day. And then that way I have 3 more individual wires that I can manipulate and remove later. To me, that makes more sense than trying to wire all of it together in one mass. Now, past me would have said something entirely different, but past me was an idiot, so we don't listen to him. I'm going to do the ground on this first because that's actually more important than anything else. Oh, this looks like a nightmare, because it is a nightmare. Since the grounds are shorter, I'll do them on that side, on the close side, because there's more room in the cavity there. Yeah. I'll put the switch upside down. Okay, attaching the hot wires of the pickups. Finally. Now it's time to give the fretboard a drink. If you are out there and you own a guitar with a rosewood fretboard, you need to put lemon oil on it. Get the Dunlop Fretboard 65 Ultimate Lemon Oil. It works great. It has an easy applicator so you can't spill it. And yeah, it makes your guitar's fretboard oiled and playable. So I put the guitar back together, and unfortunately the neck pickup sounds like butt. It sounds way lower output, very muddy. The pickup height's not wrong or anything, and I definitely know this pickup well because I played it for several years. And it was my favorite sound. It was one of the sounds that drew me to this guitar. But it's just super low output and kind of sad and wimpy now, so I think something probably shorted out around here when I shoved everything back in. So I'm gonna loosen the strings and attempt to fix it without having to remove the pickups, so wish me luck. Okay, so let's see what the problem is. I'm just gonna reflow that joint just to make sure it's not that. Actually, string or tighten up one of these strings and see. I was worried about the bridge pickup not connecting, so that's kind of a good thing that the bridge pickup wasn't the one at fault here, but this is a bit frustrating. That's much better. Yep, it was that joint. That joint was not flowed correctly. It looked a little wonky, and my suspicions were proven correct when I reflowed it, and it sounded a lot better. I swear if anyone watches this video and likes it, I would be surprised. This is taking way, way, way longer than I expected. Pickups are in. I fixed the neck pickup issue. It just didn't flow the solder joint correctly. So now I'm going to show you what everything sounds like. On the floor, we'll start out with no compressor, and we'll bring in the effects one by one. I don't have pedal board cam and separate cam today because I'm lazy. Okay, comp on. Let's get some Super Bolt in the mix. Okay, so put the new pickups, or the old pickups rather, back in this guitar. I also added a shim, added some more shims here to raise the bridge, so I could raise the bridge saddle so the screws wouldn't dig into my arm. And then I also added a shim to correct the neck angle, which was incorrect. So I didn't mention it before, but basically the neck was angled a little bit this way, and so this low E string was close to slipping off. This is kind of common. Fender neck pockets, you know, they aren't the most accurate. Sometimes there's shifts that happen, and so added a little bit of cardstock that corrected it. And a lot of people do this. Fender used to do this in the 60s, so shim away. I would recommend shimming. Okay, so pickups back in this guitar. Honestly, I'm astounded. I used it for a recording session for this one person who asked me to do guitars for him, and I was really blown away. I was really, really loving the sound of all three coils on. So this pickup on with the two coils back here. So basically it's a single coil and a humbucker wired together. And because they're really close, it's not as quacky as like a HSS Strat would be. And I really love the amount of top end clarity, chime, but also body that came in that sound. And it sounds really similar to just a single coil. So similar, in fact, that I thought I messed up the wiring, but I didn't. I think someday if I change the vibrato and then redo all of the wiring, I think that would be, and then maybe take the finish off the back of the neck, the gloss off there, I think this guitar will truly kind of step into its own. And who knows, maybe I'll drop a Lambertone's Crema in there too. I hope this video was fun, interesting, or helpful. Check one of these guitars out on Reverb or eBay. They're definitely going up in price, so maybe now isn't the time to buy, but they really are such a cool guitar. And you can check out the original review I did of that guitar right here. You'll see it in future videos, I'm sure. So I'll have to do a new shootout of my guitars now that I have some more instruments and change some pickups and all that stuff. So if you want to see that, let me know in the comments down below. If you think my soldering is awful, give this video a dislike. If you thought this guitar was dope, give this video a like. And if you want to see more content like this, please subscribe. Please consider joining my Patreon to help bring more videos like this to this channel, because I am a poor graduate student and don't have the most time in the world. Take it easy and stay safe out there, kids, or something like that.